And we're still waiting on that official confirmation that we have Hurricane Chris, but all indications based on the hurricane reconnaissance flight and just looking at it at satellite, this is a hurricane that's off the coast. But either way, doesn't really make much difference for our weather, as we're looking at mainly clear skies, a clear sweep on radar. The biggest issue that we've seen from the storm has been some of the breezy conditions and, of course, the rip currents that have been along the coastline. You can see as we've gone through the day today just how that eye has really started to form, and in these last few frames we're really seeing those thunderstorms firing up around the edge of the system. A couple of showers off the Outer Banks of North Carolina, but the storm is moving off towards the north and east and will accelerate in that movement once it gets picked up by the cold front that's set to move through here tomorrow. So through the rest of the evening, we're looking at temperatures in the 80s for the next few hours, a light northeasterly wind. Temperatures later this evening dropping back into the low to mid 70s, and overnight most spots into the 60s, a few 70s right along the coastline. Tomorrow morning, notice those winds shifting around towards the southwest, a warmer direction for us, so those temperatures will be climbing once again tomorrow up into the upper 80s to near 90 degrees, but that cold front will approach from the northwest. So by the afternoon, a couple of isolated showers or thunderstorms could become a little more numerous into the later afternoon and evening, especially across areas of North Carolina. But that front will also drop temperatures as we go into the day on Thursday and help finally push Chris out to sea. Notice by Thursday morning, still a few showers possible, especially across North Carolina. Should see some clearing as we go through the day with just a slight chance of an isolated shower on those northeast breezes, and temperatures back in the upper 70s to low 80s. For Thursday, they'll slowly climb as we go into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and into early next week. So again, this is the 11 o'clock advisory from the Hurricane Center. We'll get another one in about half an hour, but I'm confident that they will name this Hurricane Chris at that time and probably up these winds to 80 or 85 miles per hour, if not more. Notice the storm is moving to the northeast, and we said yesterday once it started to move, we would see that rapid intensification, and that's what's happening, and it'll also rapidly move off towards the north and east. So by Friday morning, off the coast of Newfoundland, as we get into Sunday, clear over, heading towards areas of Europe. So again, this storm is going to rapidly accelerate off towards the north and east and move out of here. And that's not the only thing we're watching. We still have the remnants of barrels spinning around here north of Haiti. Likely, as it gets up into the warm waters, not too far from where Chris is now, likely to develop into a tropical system once again. But again, that'll keep it well off the coastline. We're putting a 50% chance, likely upping that as well. Outside right now, beautiful blue skies on the peninsula. Our LFCU camera up in Newport News, 87 degrees, winds out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. It's 89 in Surrey, 87 in Ahoskie, 92 in Gloucester, 90 in Hertford, 87 in Hampton, 76 cooler down at Duck. So for tonight, a bit cooler inland, otherwise mainly clear skies, around 71 for an overnight low, and increasing clouds tomorrow. A chance of a storm possible late, 89 degrees with rain tomorrow night, 73, 81 with a morning rain shower possible, otherwise breezy and cooler for Thursday. Friday, we're looking at a high of 83 under mostly sunny skies. Then we're up to 86 on Saturday, 88 Sunday, 89 Monday, and 88 on Tuesday.